Tēnā koutou katoa, welcome everyone. Ko Carmelle Riley, aho. So I'm Carmelle Riley and I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I am the founder of Manifestors Unite and I am a galactic astrologer who practices and teaches Māori cosmology. In this video, I am going to explain a little bit about 3 really important Stargate, and these are particularly important if you're Māori, they are particularly important if you're from the Southern Hemisphere, and they are particularly important if you are a Wāhine, a woman who is looking to lead out through this period with your starseed origins. So welcome again, no mai haere mai. I just want to step into your heart space with you and invite you to allow yourself to come within into your heart, and we'll start this divine session of tuning into these amazing stars above us, the whetū Māori, with a whakatauki or an invocation, aroha mai, aroha atu. And that means love given is love returned. So just allow that to be the intention and the blessing of this session and you'll really feel it. Okay, so in the video, as I said, I'm going to talk about these 3 big stargates. One of them we've just crossed over, and that is Te Kuri. The second one is a joining of 2 stars, and this is the masculine and the feminine energies. They're the joining of Puaka, which is the Māori New Year's star for the South Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand, Te Waiponamu, and it's in the Orion constellation. That's Puaka or Rigel. And the second is Takarua, and that is Sirius. So I'm going to talk about their alignment, and then the third stargate that I'm going to talk to you about is Takarua herself, which is Sirius. And this is a really, really big, important stargate for us in the south, in the Southern Hemisphere, and particularly in Te Waiponamu, where I live in Christchurch. Okay, so before we get into these stargates, I just would love to give you all a reminder that I have a bunch of links below where you can join the subscription, and the benefit of this is I do put some content into the subscription services that I don't share on YouTube. Those are below, and in particular there are meditations for how you can actually tune into yourself to be able to tune up and receive the downloads from the stargates. If you are coming new to this, or maybe you're just starting out, the importance of stargates for us as Māori are they are ancestral connection pathways where we can download this intergenerational, intergalactic knowledge that has been with our ancestors. And for us as Māori, we believe that Te Ikaroa, which is the Milky Way and is the Scorpio and Sagittarius constellations, that massive arm of stars which are with you all the time, with us all, but we can see them particularly at night time, particularly if you live in places where there's not a lot of city light, which is basically the whole of the South Island. Te Ikaroa is the place where all our ancestors reside, and from the point of view of existing in this time-space reality here on Earth, when we tap into this ancestral inheritance, essentially, or this whakapapa legacy, we can feel comfort. When we are challenged, we can rise above very quickly, just by looking up in the night sky, but also just tapping into it consciously. So we can get really into this wisdom body of knowledge, Te Ikaroa, which can be translated as holding up the sky, and we can essentially hold up the sky by coming into our own meditation practice, by quietening everything down, by becoming silent. And again, if you are in doubt, all you do is pump your little heart and just really feel into that stillness, and you will find your ancestors just like that. So you don't have to be Māori to find your ancestors like that, but if you are Māori, these are thousands of years of star navigating. Okay, our ancestors navigated the Pacific with the whetū Māori. So we have this in our DNA, we have this in our whakapapa, and when we bring it into our hearts, it expands. Right, so I'm going to talk first about Te Kuri. Here we go. Te Kuri is the Galactic Centre. It is a golden heart, okay? And on either side of Te Kuri, 27 degrees of Sagittarius, we just had that opening on the 18th of June, and you'll see some videos here around Te Kuri. If you need to understand more about Te Kuri, go there. Very importantly, Te Kuri as the golden heart of our galaxy, because we're in a spiral galaxy, is like the sacred doorway, the waharoa into this knowledge, into Te Ikaroa, and that's how you hold up the sky. It is through your heart. Some people call this 5D. I just like to call it aroha. And the really important thing about Te Kuri as a stargate is the golden orb in the middle of our huge, beautiful spiral galaxy. That golden pulsing orb, it's not a black hole. That golden pulsing, beautiful orb, on either side of it, it has both the masculine and the feminine Horus or Taurus, whatever you like to describe them, and they are sacred doorways. It's a sacred doorway, the golden heart, the child, the playful child between the masculine and the feminine, and that is a feature of our galaxy. We're always working through this integration, and because we've crossed the galactic equator, so we have gone past the 2.5 million year halfway mark between masculine and feminine. We're heading back towards oneness, or the feminine. We're heading back towards receiving or allowing, and we're shifting away from that pushing and from that division and separation, which is the masculine. 112.5 million years, guys. Get your head around that. And that is your cue to understand how greatly stillness aligns with this galactic vibration. So Te Kuri in the middle is that heart, and as we become heart-centered, we can help navigate through these times of uncertainties and through and in our own lives, because we are Wairua, we are spiritual beings, galactic beings having earth experience. So we have to get on with our more earth-centric focused cousins. And again, it's all really just the stories that you tell yourself, the pūrākau that you accept. And as I said, for Māori, these are intergenerational, inter-century knowledge that we can tap into. So I want to speak now specifically around these earth portals, and particularly around, as I've introduced this theme of integration between the masculine and the feminine. And you'll be noticing that I'm not giving too many specifics. So I can give the specifics by reference to the astronomy calendar, but I am not too concerned about this, because really, when you're feeling into this whole area of galactic astrology, when you start to begin to understand or to kind of map the sky and to understand all of the celestial objects, which are always there all the time, it can be really overwhelming. So I like to start by just really feeling into this. And as I said, you have a reference point in the south, which is Te Ikaroa. You just basically look up and you start to call. If you're a woman, a Wāhine, call through some form of chant, some form of resonance, or really just with your voice. Call to the star children, the Whitu Māori, and they will call back to you. They will come down, they will be with you on earth, and you'll start downloading like never before. Whatever you're interested in, it's going to come, including your real Māori. It will come, the words will come through your ancestors and through those stargates. This is why I like to talk about the Māori stars in reference to our Gregorian calendar. And the reason why is because, and some of my cousins might challenge me on this, but we are modern people living in a modern world, in a Western world. Most of our constructs are Western. They're based on the Northern Hemisphere, and they're based around these big programs, and we are just the recipients of that. So references and frameworks like the manamataka are really useful if you're working in a traditional tribal context. But we're all driving cars, we're all buying fast, well, some of us are buying fast fashion. Most people buy their food at the supermarkets. So we also have to understand how to apply these stargates, how to even just begin to understand them with reference to the way that we're living our lives. So this is what I like to talk about, and I'm going to talk to you specifically about a Stargate that opens on the 14th of July and another Stargate that will open on the 21st of July. So let's start, we've dealt with Te Kuri, let's start with this first Stargate, which is the alignment of Puaka with Takarua. Now Puaka is the Māori New Year star that we see first. It's the winter star, and it's in the Orion constellation. If you're in the south, Orion, we describe it as the pot, and Puaka is the very bright star that you can see at the top of the pot. So we have Tautora, those three stars, and you can see Puaka up there. It's Rigel. It's a very bright star in the Orion constellation, and for us, it heralds the quality of food for the next year. Metaphorically, you can take this as the quality of your life, the quality of the time. And it occurs in the Maramataka month of Te Tahi o Te Pipiri, which is basically in June and July. We're taking it a little bit into Takarua as well. So in this time of July, which is where we are, having Puaka as a divine masculine influence, it's the light bearing, it's the pushing, it's the activating. When this alignment occurs with Takarua, now Takarua is Sirius. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. And when you're in Te Waipoinumi, I'm looking out there because I can see it very early. It's rising with the sun. Takarua, Sirius, you will see in the Cancer constellation. Well, I'm talking here. You might have to look a bit further into the Gemini constellation, but it occurs in this time, which we know as the Cancer season. So it has that overlay of the ancestors, because Cancer is all about tribalism and about feelings and emotion that come through from our ancestral pathway. So that's the tropical system I'm talking about here, which aligns with our zodiac / Gregorian calendar. Takarua, you don't need to know too much of this. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is the significance of the star. Go out and look for Sirius, particularly if you're in the south. This is the winter maiden. She takes the sun to bed. So not only do we have Puaka rising to give us guidance, that divine masculine influence, we have Takarua holding the sun because it's cold in Aotearoa. We're not in the Northern Hemisphere. It's freezing. You know, the other day we had a frost. I think we were -5. That's a lot Celsius for us. It's been cold. We've had flooding. We have this, it is winter. The winter's kiss of the frost is here, the hoarfrost, if you're from the deep south. Takarua is a call to go within. Takarua is a call to embrace your femininity, to be quiet, to receive, to wrap yourself, to allow what is bigger than you to pass, not to push. It is to retreat within and build the inner resilience. And again, tapping into Te Kuri, the golden heart, aroha mai, aroha atu, to just allow the love that is within you to reach through that longitudinal wave, to hit Te Kuri, and to really embrace these elements of our physical world. But when we commune them within, we are embracing them within ourselves. So the relationship again between Takarua and the sun is huge. The sun again is a masculine fueling energy. For us, it's very dim. Tamanuitera, or the sun, his presence is not as strong for us as when he comes back into spring and summer and goes to his other wife. The sun has two wives in our culture. And when he returns to Hine Reumati, we know that springtime is here and we can come out of our shelves and we can be more, we can come more into that expansive energy. But right now we're contracting within, we're wrapping ourselves, we're putting our Ugg boots on, and we are coming within. So Hine Takarua, or Sirius, she's the sun's son in an astronomical term, but she's also, for us as Māori, she is an embracing. She takes the sun to bed, and that's when we know how to be quiet and we wait for the signal that we can come out. So that's the 14th of July. And really the message for this, and for you if you are tuning in to your ancestral inheritance, is to integrate, and that is to allow more of the feminine, because we are in this very difficult period of time where the masculine energy is basically clamoring down the doors. I mean, look all around the world at the boys holding on. Wāhine, wāhine, wāhine. I said that woman 3 times. There are so many wāhine who are feeling this call. And so if you're a man who has a lot of the divine feminine, you're going to be feeling it too. We are doing it hard. The boys are pushing and they're demanding, and this masculine push, when in this embracing, wintry, soft, receiving time, it's a challenge to integrate, because all of us are being, in some way, shape or other, are projecting at ourselves this very hard masculine. Don't forget, we've had 112.5 million years since we came out of separation. We are so far away from the divine feminine allowing. And when we get there, everything will be so easy for us, but we'll be so receiving that we'll need to go back into that pushing phase. But right now, when in any area of your life where you have this, when you are being pushed, this is what you do. You take a big breath and you come into your heart and you feel as much love for yourself, and then push that all around you. Push that into your ancestors. Ask your ancestors to come and embrace you. Ask them, what do I need in this moment? And that's what it boils down to. This is how we manifest with our ancestors. We call them in through our heart and we ask them to wrap the kōrero of aroha around us. That's how we do it. The third Stargate. And this is very important because I've talked about this integration, but we are going to go through the integration, and more of this divine energy will increase within us. And this doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but in the South, if you're a Wāhine, lead out the integration. When you are pushed, excuse yourself. When you are pushed, say, I need a moment. Give me a moment, because on the 21st of July, Takarua will peak. And this means she reaches her peak intensity. You'll see her brightly in the sky when the sun rises, tamanui te rā. It will be a very cold, we're right in the heart of winter. The snow is falling. We have our Ugg boots on, we have our blankets, we have our kōrero. Takarua will peak. Between this time, 14th of July, it's so important to have wānanga together with whānau, or those who you consider to be your whānau, your family, together with wāhine, together to feed, to share, to give, to gift, to koha. All of this is super important. So that last Takarua gateway is where you really will see yourself. If you are embracing the divine feminine, you will see yourself rise, and you will see this wāhine energy really, really valued and protected. This is our time. This is our time. And I just want to end this with this last, it's kind of a sobering really, but it's also a call to the wāhine, to the woman, that we can do this, because in Aotearoa, more than 50% of wāhine women subjected to intimate partner violence. And this started when they were little children, either physical or sexual abuse. Māori women are one of the most used races in the entire world. So I just want to give this last call out to my sisters, all and any of you who have experienced this pattern of intimate partner violence, which comes back through your Wāhine lines all the way back. Now more than ever is your time to gather with your sisters. Now more than ever is the time to hold hands. Now more than ever is the time to integrate and to step into this power of Takarua. And if you are alone, and if you are a wahine who is struggling with this, reach out to me, either on YouTube. I have all my other socials. I'm running lots of wānanga, I'm holding lots of circles, and I can give you some suggestions or some resources to help you, because it's really important that we align with this Takarua Sirius energy, the blue light that starts in our heart and enables us to know when to come out, but also to support others, to wrap our arms around anyone who needs love, kindness and compassion. So that's it for me. The Stargates, just to recap, the Stargates start with the golden heart, and they start with your meditation, and then they are about the integration of the masculine and feminine, Puaka and Takarua, but they end with a wahine dance, okay? They end in the divine feminine on the 21st of July. Reach into it, wahine, embrace in your heart, and see you next time. Mauri ora, ka kite.